So, we polled you guys on Instagram, and here are the worst trucks according to you. From three-wheel trucks, to Cybertrucks, to trucks that are business in the front and party in the back. Yeah, like, subscribe, and let's go. Okay, imagine a pickup that looks like it was designed by someone that's only seen trucks in cartoons. You know what you get? The Proton Jumbuck. What a name. And it looks a lot like our second truck on this list. Now, this little Proton boasted a 1.5-liter engine that had about as much power as a caffeinated hamster, managing a less than 86 stellar horsepower. It was the kind of engine that made you wonder if you were moving forward or just revving really loud for fun. And guys, here's where it gets really hairy with that Proton. You see, the Jumbuck's underpinnings were basically repurposed from this old Huayra sedan. That meant its load capacity might handle your weekly grocery run, but it would complain about doing anything else truck related. Oh, and the handling was so lackluster that even Lotus, yes, that Lotus that's known for making insane handling sports cars, couldn't save this lackluster truck from feeling like you're in a canoe without a paddle. You know, the Jumbuck's build quality was another story. It felt as though it was assembled from leftover parts from various DIY projects. The interior was about as exciting as a beige wall. Besides getting 40-ish miles per gallon, there wasn't really any redeeming qualities about this sad excuse of a truck. The Cybertruck. Yes, the vehicle that's been turning heads and sparking debates ever since its dramatic reveal. In France, the windows, well, they're still not shatterproof. While some folks are absolutely thrilled by its futuristic looks, others, like me, have been scratching their heads ever since the release. And here's why. You guys remember that jaw-dropping concept Tesla unveiled? The production version isn't quite the same. It's like seeing your favorite YouTuber in person and then realizing that the camera really does take away 10 pounds or more. Some viewers said that they thought the final design lost its edge and futuristic flair, while others flat out think it looks like a metal potato. And yeah, if you're expecting the Cybertruck to handle pickup duties, well, think again. It's missing the open bed that's essential for hauling big, bulky items. It's more like a sci-fi station wagon than a rugged workhorse. So, if you want to go camping in your $3,000 Cybertruck tent, well, fine. But if you need to move more than just a couple of 2x4s, you might want to stick with your trusty F-150. And quality control issues, something that's plagued Tesla for literally a decade plus. Those flat panels, yeah, they look really cool, but they're super tricky to manufacture and align properly. And I'm just gonna say it, it attracts a bunch of good and bad attention. Either way, you literally feel like a movie star villain in one of these things. But sometimes that's not enough attention, and you need even more fame for breaking your Cybertruck. Like the Cybertruck owner pretending his truck was broken and accidentally broke his truck, which sucks. But then when Redditors expose you as a fraud, yeah, the guy whose charger was stuck admits he faked the original issue, and now his truck is actually broken. Karma at its finest. And also, did it actually beat that 911 towing a 911 in that drag race? I don't know. What do you guys think about the Cybertruck? Like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments below. Because, well, to me, the Cybertruck is a mixed bag. While it has futuristic charm and a loyal fan base, these quirks have made many potential buyers think twice or even thrice about whether it's the right fit for their driveway, let alone the amount of depreciation it's been hit with. Yeah, in the past 90 days, they've fallen almost 40% in value. Now, seeing this ultimate depreciation machine in the wild, for me, well, it's a love-hate relationship. One thing's for sure, it's never boring. Is it a car? Is it a truck? Well, it's a bit of both, and that's where the controversy starts. You know, first off, the design. The Baja looks like someone tried to turn a Subaru Outback into a pickup truck after an all-nighter. It features heavily styled lower body plastic cladding and a color scheme that screams early 2000s fashion disaster. Functionality-wise though, the Baja is a B-grade student. It was vertically challenged. Like your boy, its small bed isn't ideal for heavy-duty hauling. In fact, it trends close to nearly useless. And the interior was decent, but it only sat 4, unlike the legacy platform it was designed on, which sat 5. Where are all your friends gonna go? Now, early models erred on the side of luxury, coming with leather seats and a sunroof. Classy Subaru. But later versions were way more utilitarian, and they even tossed a turbo on the lethargic powertrain to try to up sales. It was a confusing little rig, to say the least, and the sales numbers, well, they don't lie. Subaru optimistically projected high sales, but the Baja peaked in its first year and then plummeted like Cybertruck prices right after that. Yeah, they added the turbo, but it did not turbocharge sales, and I guess the Subaru Baja is this quirky, lovable misfit for the few that know the difference, but doesn't make it a good truck. A three-wheel truck. Now, you know that this is gonna be good. I mean, guys, just look at this thing. It's the most typical quote-unquote truck in existence. Yes, it's the Reliant Ant, also known as the TW9, and it looks like someone merged a golf cart with a delivery van. They called it an Ant. It features a one-piece fiberglass cab with a single front wheel and a rear-driven axle. With its unique styling, it was definitely more function than form. I mean, this freaking thing has a 700cc engine producing a whopping 27.5 horsepower. Yeah, not exactly a powerhouse. I mean, most motorcycles have more cc's to move a bike frame and a human. Now, it could carry 1,700 plus pounds, but complained every second of way. Inside, well, was not comfy. Fixed cushioned seats that you could not adjust. So any tall or short human was driving a one-size-fits-some three-wheel contraption. Sounds safe, yet somehow, some way it was produced for 20 years. I don't know who bought them, but misery must love company. Part hot rod, part pickup truck, and a whole lot of controversy. This retro-styled convertible truck had big dreams. And although the spec sheet says it's seriously cool, missed the mark by a mile. The design had great intention. It's like a love child between a 1950s Chevy pickup and a modern convertible. It's got all the right curves in all the right or wrong places, depending on who you ask. Regardless, especially the later ones that got a game-changing 6-liter LS2 V8 straight plucked from the Corvette, pushing out 390 horses and dropping the 0 to 60 time to a respectable 5.5 seconds. Oh, and yeah, you could totally get this with a manual transmission, which is really cool. But honestly, why wouldn't you just get the Corvette? I mean, this is just the slower truck version. It towed about as much as a Civic can, and the bed was pretty much pointless. You couldn't even sleep in it. And the starting price was just under $42,000 in 2003, which is way more than any traditional trucks were going for at the time. Would you buy one? I mean, they are cool, but retro styling hasn't aged as well as you would think. A truck based on Chrysler's L platform, which it shared with the Dodge Omni and the Plymouth Horizon. It is called the Rampage, and although it sounds cool, well, it's a front-wheel drive compact unibody pickup truck with an itty-bitty 2.2-liter four-cylinder engine. And they thought it would be the functional pickup truck that the 80s needed, or maybe the 80s just totally didn't need it. The thing, it was a straight sales disaster. Maybe because if you wanted a car truck, you'd get an El Camino, or a small cute truck like the Volkswagen Rabbit pickup. The Rampage was an experimental failure, and it'll go down in the history book as pretty much the only Ram that Dodge couldn't sell. Are you listening? Okay, just listen to this. Yes, hiding under the hood is none other than a rotary engine. The Mazda rotary pickup, also known as the Ripu, is the only rotary engine pickup truck that was ever mass produced, and it's as unique as it sounds. Design-wise, the Ripu combined the practicality of a pickup with the quirky appeal of a rotary engine, sporting flared fenders, distinctive round taillights, and a 1.3-liter 13B rotary engine. It was meant to stand out, and stand out it definitely did. See, that 13B rotary engine only produced about 110 horsepower, which, believe it or not, made it one of the fastest mini trucks of its time. However, as we know with rotaries, reliability is not one of its positive traits, and because of the dismal fuel economy, it was only built for a few years during the gas crisis in the 1970s, which essentially made this Dorito-powered mini truck unsellable. Personally, I really do think they're cool, although I don't even think I've ever seen one in real life. Have you? In theory, the Dodge Dakota was the perfect truck to bridge the gap between compact and full-size trucks. And there, well, is some good. The Dakota was known for offering more power than most mid-sized trucks, especially with the RT models featuring that 5.9-liter V8 engine. This beast cranked out 250 horsepower and 345 foot-pounds of twist, making it a true muscle truck. However, this performance came with some big trade-offs, like tow ratings plummeting from the standard 6,200 pounds to just 2,000 for the RT trim, and that's not truck-like. Plus, the 2001 models had notorious issues with coolant leaks and engines overheating. I mean, could you imagine your truck just says, nah, I don't want to keep cool anymore on the regular? Not good. Then, the next year, the 2002 models had persistent brake cylinder problems. Just ask Trav about it. These caused random brake lockups and overheating of the brakes as well. It couldn't tow, it had consistent issues, and although a super cool muscle truck, you needed to do truck things, this one was not up to the task. Okay, and now it's time for an honorable mention, which I don't agree with, but you guys said it, so here it is. The perception of the Ute in the US is kind of like the perception of station wagons. It's kind of this blend of car body and pickup, and it's just a really tough sale for some reason here for us Americans. That said, the Ute SS, that's an absolute monster. But who needs to go fast when you're moving a couch? I'm sure some of you guys do. Yeah, it is cool, but when a Ford Ranger or Toyota Hilux is the same price, if you're in the market for a truck, this one just ain't it. Okay, so you're a truck guy and you want to blend the best of pickups with the rugged spirit of a Jeep. Well, what do? You get a Gladiator. It's what Jeep thought the world needed. Iconic design language, doors that come off, a windshield that goes down, and a lust for adventure. It was capable off-road. On-road, not so much. Unfortunately, the Gladiator wasn't a great Jeep, nor was it a great truck. And there's just something off about the design. With larger tires, I think it looks really good. But stock, even in Rubicon top trim, just looks disproportionate, like it leg day or something. And the salt in the wound, these things depreciate almost 35% in the first year, where its sibling, the Wrangler, is one of the least depreciating vehicles of all time. So that's our list, created by you guys. Trucks that, well, don't truck. Which ones did we miss? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the vid, like, subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and check out some of these ideal vids over here. I'm Brad the Financial Cowboy. This is Ideal. See you next week, and promise me one thing. Keep living the ideal lifestyle.